I'm trying to see. First off, I got to see if y'all can hear me or not. Uh, as I said in other videos, I'm lazy. Uh, what's this called? Recording this video later, so I guess I'm gonna do it live. Polo 10. Uh, the draft start in 5 minutes. So, okay, I'm about to go to me, and then y'all about to hear an echo real quick. Okay, I'm about to go to me, and then okay, so I can't hear myself. Okay, that's good. So depending on what fan of a team you are, the Pistons, I'm a Pistons fan, so I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do. But yeah, man, we got freaking. I was looking at this mock draft. Apparently, they got Anthony Edwards going number 1 to Minnesota. They got LaMelo going 2 to the Warriors. James Wiseman going 3 to the Hornets, which is okay. Denny of D-Hop going to the Bulls. The Cavs getting Obi Toppin, and the Hawks getting Tyrese Halliburton, and the Pistons getting Killian Hayes, and the Knicks getting Isaac Okoro. So I guess we'll talk about those. So Anthony Edwards to Minnesota number 1. I guess that's like the consensus pick right now. Right now, so I'm cool with that. The Warriors at 2 getting LaMelo Ball. I don't see that happening from what I've read and seen and heard. I think it's like a lock right now for it to be James Wiseman. If he is shocked, wait, what did that say? Okay, Adrian Wojnarowski just said that Sacramento, they're getting what's his name? It's like they're in talks right now with Bogdanovich. So interesting for them because like wasn't there a lot of turmoil with like what's his name? Uh Buddy Hield. Didn't he like rage out or something like that? And like reports came out that he didn't want to be in Sacramento anymore. That's interesting. But let's get back to the draft. The board. Denny of D-Hop to the Bulls at number 4. I know I watch a lot of KOT4Q if y'all know who that is. And he is like the biggest Bull fan. And because of that, I kind of like the Bulls and I kind of don't since I'm a Pistons fan. But them getting Denny, honestly, I would be happy for them because he's like the one who should really go number 1, but he's not gonna go number 1 because everybody's on the LaMelo hype, and I'm on the LaMelo hype too. But I know that Denny, he should go number 1, and it's gonna be interesting to see that he's going number 4 to the Bulls. He's a points forward, if I remember correctly, but he only averages 2 assists, which is it's weird that he's a point forward and only averages 2 assists. But what was I about to say? I forget what I was about to say. But the Cavs getting Obi Toppin. I don't know why necessarily. I'm not a big fan of Obi Toppin, but I'm just not. I know he gets a lot of blocks, and I've seen all the dunks, and he's great in transition. But I don't know. It's weird. I'm just not sold on Obi Toppin like everybody else in sports media is. We got the Hawks at number 5 getting Tyrese Halliburton. That's one that I've heard a lot too. And looking at their roster, honestly, like they got Trae Young at the 1. The future is going to be him and what's his name? I'm blanking on his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. The young 21-year-old point guard. I forget his name, but the Hawks, they got him. And then at the 3, I guess they will put like Tyrese Halliburton. He's like a point guard, but he's tall, so he could like play 1 through 3. So I don't know, but I guess you could slot him in somewhere. I guess that's just take the best player available. If I was them, I would honestly take a center because I remember when they had Alex Len and that was a terrible crap show. So that's who I would take if I was them personally. But on to the next one at number 7, my Pistons. They got us taking Killian Hayes. Honestly, with my Pistons, man, at this point, I'm going to just be satisfied with whoever we get because, as they say, this isn't really a hit. Like they say, this isn't a hit draft. Like our last draft was a hit draft because you had Zion, Ja, and RJ at the top. And with this draft, it's players that we didn't even see a full season out of them, so we don't know. And my Pistons, as much as I would have loved for us to get number 1 and us take LaMelo or something like that, we didn't, and we didn't get LaMelo. So if the Pistons get Killian Hayes at number 7, honestly, I wouldn't be too upset with that. And we got at the final one I got right here, Isaac Okoro to the Knicks. I mean, it's interesting. He's like a OG Anunoby type. He's like a two, like he hits 3 pointers, and he plays defense. So Isaac Okoro to the Knicks, it would be interesting. As Knicks fans, I know that they were pretty upset with the draft, them not getting lucky. 2 first rounders, bro. Which team you talking about? The Pistons, right? I forgot. We got number 16 too. If that's what you were talking about. Okay, wait, hold up the countdown. I'm gonna put this on the screen every time when the Pistons, the countdown apparently. So when the picks come on the screen,
and a league left waiting with
I guess I'm gonna put it right here so that y'all can see. But they're just showing a commercial right now. But yeah, the Pistons, my Pistons, honestly, I would have loved for us to get LaMelo, but I'm cool with us just at number 7 getting Killian Hayes. I wouldn't be upset with that. We got Derrick Rose. Everybody was talking about Derrick Rose getting traded to the Lakers. Well, now the Lakers don't need him necessarily because they ended up getting Dennis Schroeder. I say they get rid of Snell and Ariza for another first-round pick. Yeah, I can see that. I'm curious, 40D, what you think about the Pistons? What do you think about us trading Blake Griffin? And where would you want to see, what would you want for Blake Griffin? Because as we know, his value isn't that high. And with Andre Drummond, remember when we traded him and his value wasn't high? I'm curious what you think about what we could get for Blake Griffin. And looking at the draft right now, they're just showing what's his name? That's Obi Toppin right now. Fun fact, his actual name is Obadiah. Man, I'm a fan of Blake. You want to see him stay here? I mean, I'm a fan of Blake too, but the fact that, so I would ask a lot for Blake. I'm a fan of Blake too, but we in a tanking rebuilding mode, and him being here just I don't know. I feel like that goes against our tanking, idea right now. Oh, look at this. This is sweet. Look at that. That's RJ Hampton. Remember when he was the big shot in high school? He crying, dang, that kind of made me sad. Remember it was the big shot and everybody wanted him to go, and then he went to Australia, if I remember correctly. Dude played on one leg for the Pistons, bro, and put up good numbers. Yeah, I completely agree with you, bro. When he went out against the Bucks, when we had little to no chance, and he still came out there and showed that heart and that effort, I'll always have respect for him. But it's Derrick Rose used to be my favorite player. I don't want Derrick Rose on the Pistons because I want to see him, on the winning team. But hold up.
Bristol, that the big board is where Adam Silver will join us to make
I wonder
the
if Wall's
announcements
gonna spoil
of
this
the
stuff.
players who are selected in this NBA draft. And just across the way,
Who is this?
here to give you those picks, break them
That's
down, and
Jason Williams, and then these two. I don't know their names, but I know that they was I had seen a mock draft that they did, but I wonder. They got to get their commercials in because the NBA lost billions during this stuff. And what's this called? Well, oh my gosh. 20. Okay, I might have to get back on later, bro. Hold up. That's 27 minutes. 27 minutes. Ouch. Ouch. Have you looked up Devin Dotson? No, but I know. Are you talking about I know there's a DeMar Dotson who played for the Knicks last year. Is he a brother of some sorts? I wonder. The player that the sleeper player in the draft, I did a video on him recently. His name is why am I blanking on his name right now? I got all my notes right here about him. There you go. Patrick Williams knows he's in this year's draft. Okay, so is he what type of player is he? There's 2 players in this draft. There's Patrick Williams, and then I forget his name, but there's this 7'1", 18-year-old who I heard about. Devin Dotson, that's your sleeper for sure. For sure. My sleeper is Patrick Williams, and what's his name? It's this 7'1", 18-year-old fast slashing point guard for sure. Is he where is he projected to go? Is he late round to the Pistons, or where is he projected to go? Patrick Williams. So the reason why because I had seen like this report about the Pistons being very interested in Patrick Williams. So I was like, all right, for sure, let me look up this dude. And then I looked at him. They say he's similar late first round. So it's similar to like, it's kind of sound like Cassius Winston, similar to that. But yeah, Patrick Williams, they say that he's like this athletic, versatile wing who's similar to OG Anunoby, but it's weird because he's 7 feet. I mean, not 7 feet. He's 6 feet 7 inches, and he plays the power forward slash small forward position. So very interesting. So since the draft is 24 minutes away, man, I don't know if I could wait that long, man. I low key want to hop off and then hop back on later. I don't know.
Now, Woj, what do you have the latest?
Let's listen to Woj real quick.
Situation that unfolded this afternoon.
Oh yeah, I heard about Klay Thompson. He was doing a workout, and then what do you think of Bruce? Okay. So Bruce Brown. All right, here's the thing. Like, I love Bruce Brown, right? And it sucks to see him go, but Don Musa. I know about him because if y'all, like, a couple months ago I mentioned it, like in my video I had mentioned that like I played 2K, like my league specifically. I play my league a lot so that I could learn about players and look players up and hear about them. So it was this dude named I don't know how to pronounce his first name. I think it's Danza Musa, right? And that's the player who we ended up trading for today. And I wasn't that mad because Musa, he's like, from what I know about him, he didn't play much. Like, he got in during garbage time, and I believe he spent a little bit of time in the G League as well. But Musa, we don't know what he can become. So I don't know what to really think about. I'm iffy on the trade because Bruce Brown, he's proven what he can do. He's a great defender. He should be on the all defensive team one day, if not next season. And we gave him away for a dude who we don't really know about. And he said, we got a first rounder and two. Yeah, you think it's a good deal? Yeah. I'm going to miss Bruce Brown, though, man. Bruce Brown, I remember when they tried to – I know he's a shooting guard. Remember when they tried to make him run the point? Those were fun times, man. Him, Reggie Jack, our Pistons, bruh. Our freaking Pistons. But, yeah, Musa, he's an unknown player. And what I was watching Crispy Flakes earlier, and he was talking about, like, how the Pistons give up on players too easily, and that he feels like Bruce Brown is going to be another one of those Chris Middleton, Spencer Dinwiddie's. And that kind of scared me. I'm like, I kind of hear what you're talking about, bro. Another Spencer Dinwiddie, another Chris Middleton. If that's Bruce Brown, hey. But at the same time, do y'all remember when we gave up Henry Ellison, Stanley Johnson? They didn't, after they left us, they didn't become anything. Ellison went back to the G League. Stanley Johnson ended up going to the Raptors and didn't play much. So, and let's get back to the ESPN so we can hear what they're talking about.
If this were 5 or 10 years ago, James Wiseman.
They're talking about Wiseman. My thoughts on I like Wiseman. Going to the Warriors. They're gonna be a threat next year. Wiseman's 7'1", athletic. He's the definition of an old school center. I'm mad about Johnson. Dude have potential. Stanley Johnson, yeah. I feel like it was his work ethic. He should have been like Stanley Johnson. Should have been Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. Like this, he had the same type of mold as them. Wiseman is another Drummond. I see that. I see a little bit of that in him. But if you're a Warriors fan, you're hoping for somebody like Ayton. But I don't think Wiseman shoots as good as Ayton, if I remember correctly. When I was doing my scouting report about him. Are they still talking about Wiseman?
If it's severe, but I'm listening to what my draft board tells me. And if James Wiseman is the best player at number 2, or LaMelo Ball, or Anthony Edwards, and they are head and shoulders above what pick 4 or pick 5 or a player like Tyrese Halliburton.
Drummond can't shoot. I know Drummond can't shoot. I'm saying like how Ayton, like DeAndre Ayton can kind of shoot a little bit. And I think that's how Wiseman is. Like he can shoot like a little bit. And I'm not saying they good. I'm saying Wiseman and Ayton, I think they can shoot a little bit. Now Andre Drummond, I'm already hip to Andre Drummond, bro. Drummond he's an old school freaking center. Back to the basket. And what I hated the most about Drummond is he never worked on his post game, bro. Like he was one of the greatest rebounders of all time. But what I hated about him was his post game was so weak. Like I see the image is burned in my mind of him just getting the ball in the post. Reggie Jackson passing him the ball in the post, him just turning around, throwing up a weak hook shot and just missing. Like it was so annoying to constantly see him just never work on his post game. We will always see highlights in like the offseason about him working. Andre Drummond working on his 3-point shot. He must be developing a 3. And then when the regular season comes, he never had a 3-point shot. But he was a great rebounder, and he averaged like 14 points off of putback pick and roll dunks from Reggie Jackson. So, and now he's about to get $30 million from the Cavs. So yeah, I guess it worked out for him, you know. And they are on commercial break. Shouts out to them. Why is the NBA doing this, man? Why are they doing this to me? I don't want to watch 20 more minutes of this stuff, man. Let's get to the draft. Let's get to the draft. But he would make full court shot. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. The full court shot king. Remember, like on how on 2K, like everybody, like YouTubers would do like them challenges where like they would make challenges where like they would get a my team. And then they would get a team strictly based on like players who could hit half court shots. And Andre Drummond was like always the first player they would get. That's funny, bro. That's funny. They're showing the UFC right now. Shouts out to the UFC, man. I've been watching. And I've been watching boxing recently too because of my dad. Oh, they're playing an instrumental copyright. They'll take my stream down. Oh, healthy Blake Griffin. That says, dang it, y'all can't see it. But it says healthy Blake Griffin. And then it says something about Luke Kennard.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, we said with Adam Silver for sure.
Welcoming in a new class into the folds of the NBA family. But the league they're entering, and more broadly, this country, continue to face this summer. The NBA clearly established a leadership position.
Okay, they about to talk about that stuff. I guess we can wait. I'm high on Nico Mannion. Yeah, me too. Him and well, it's another freak. How am I forgetting? Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony. I'm not saying Cole Anthony is going to be good in the NBA, but I'm curious to see what he becomes. Yeah, I know what you mean. You cool. But yeah, I'm curious to see what Cole Anthony ends up becoming with him being so short. But like, there are players like just because you're short don't mean that you're gonna automatically be a bum. You know. He's another sleeper. Yeah. Who got late picks in this draft? Like what if somebody like Utah gets him? Like Utah with I know Mike Conley, like everybody was roasting him because he kind of fell off this year. What if they get Mannion to like replace him? That would be interesting.
Participated in a welcome session yesterday along with Michelle Roberts with the incoming players and their families. And then there'll be our form of a rookie transition. It'll just unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about freaking Onyeka Okongwu. My bad. Freak. Okongwu. I had saw something like about him possibly going to Washington, which would be weird because isn't he like a center and a power forward body? Like, but don't they already have like? Aren't they high on Thomas Robinson? Wait, no, not Thomas. Is it Tom? No, it's not Thomas Robinson. I forget his name. The center for the no, it's Thomas Bryant. Thomas Bryant, the center for the Washington Wizards. The Celtics got 3 late. That's not fair, bro. Like, how have that Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, How does that era still affect us like 70 years later, bruh? Like when they robbed the Nets, like how is that still a thing, bruh?
We owe them a big party.
Free.
We'll find a way to do that, and we'll also go back.
Celtics, man.
For our best players, think how
Curious what the Celtics doing for the future, though.
they're going to be around for a long time. So even if we have to do more,
Bright future. They're gonna have to get through the Bucks though. With the Bucks picking up Drew Holiday, the Bucks gonna be nice. I don't like them giving up 3 first-round picks for him, but man, robbed the Lakers. Y'all did definitely. I wonder when I like, cause this is my first time streaming on YouTube. I wonder. Oh, so okay, that's how you do it. It's that simple for sure. I can make you a mod, bro. Like, cause my channel is like obviously very small right now, but eventually, like when I get like eventually one day I hope to get like if I could get like an average like 50 people watching, I would love that. To have like 10 mods, that would be cool. But I think I just made you a mod, or at least I think that's how it works. You got like 78 subscribers. Keep going, bro. Keep going, cause like when I was first starting out on YouTube, I had this channel called The Flash Joe Polo, and I got to like 400 subs, and then they ended up reporting somebody reported my channel and took it down because like I was like 13 years old at the time, and I didn't really know that like I tried to live stream and show like a full Detroit Lions game. It was the Lions versus the Patriots in the preseason, so I tried to full live stream that, and they ended up taking my stream down, and then they struck down my whole channel. So then I made another channel called Joe Polo. Like, yeah, I think it was called Joe Polo. And then I got like 200 views on there. 200 subscribers on there. And then that channel got reported because on there I was like, okay, let me do some anime videos. I love anime. I can't show you right now, but like I got this Attack on Titan poster, if you know what that is. I'm into anime, so I was like, all right, for sure. I'm posting like these anime type videos. I'm getting thousands, hundreds of views. Channel doing great. And then the anime videos end up striking my channel down. So I'm like, dang. And then now I'm here. I'm on this channel. I finally, yesterday, I believe, I got to 100 subscribers. I think it was yesterday. I'm excited about that. And, I'm going to try my hardest to stay away from the whole copyright thing, Hopefully, it says my connection is unstable. Did my stream just pause? I hope not. Dang, bro. Hell yeah. Just try not to get copyright. Yeah. So far on this channel, I've been doing really good on this channel. No copyright, nothing like that. Recently I had to take a 1 month break because of school, but school is starting to finally chill out. So I'm finally getting back to posting like 2 videos a day. And I'm staying away from this copyright thing, and slowly but surely, it's a little slow. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to make it better. I'm gonna try to let me see. And also it's because like the place that I'm at, like this isn't the normal place that I record my videos. Cause like this place, the internet over here isn't that good. And usually I'm recording at my other place where the internet is perfect. So like if this was like on a Friday or a Saturday, the quality would be great, but it's whatever. I'm still here. Oh, and shouts out to my man's Hoop Denny. He hit 1K recently. He when he saw me, I had like 70 subs. He had like 200 subs, and then he hit me up like, bro, keep going, keep grinding. And then, seeing him get 1K recently, man, shouts out to him, man. He make good sports videos. They talking about Nico Mannion right now, bro. Josh Green. Never heard of Josh Green. LaMelo. All right, man.
in playing in Australia. So a lot of different guys from outside the state, some that have played college basketball, some that haven't. Who's the best of the bunch?
Well, Denny Avdia is the headliner here, 6'10", 225 pounds. And
Wait, Denny is 6'10"?
Prospects in this entire draft. I mean,
I thought he was like 6'7".
With over 100 games of professional experience, he's like a queen on the chessboard.
Bro, they just said
really
is
play
6'10". I didn't know that.
A really improved shooter. He's a versatile perimeter defender. He can push and transition. So I love how he's going to look in the NBA. You hear
I did not know that.
Gallinari, Hedo Turkoglu for him.
Hedo Turkoglu, I remember him.
Higher upside than all those guys.
He hit them threes.
6'5" lefty point guard, born in Florida, half French, and had a great season out in Germany for Ulm Tail.
Turkoglu played for the Magic back when Dwight was there.
We'll see where those guys go. It could be the guy with plenty of international experience, at least in his amateur career and in his early professional career, could go #1 overall in LaMelo Ball. Says his family called him the golden child.
I had saw earlier, I was watching Undisputed, and Skip Bayless, he was talking about, like, he's not sold on the Ball family, and that, like, he doesn't really think that they focused on basketball like that. I don't know, man. I kind of see that, but at the same time, I don't, because I feel like you don't get to this level if you're not 100%, in it. Like, when you get to the NBA, obviously, you can slack off a little bit, but, like when you're trying to get to the NBA and you're trying to get that the second rookie deal where you get like $30 million, I feel like you got to go hard. So when Skip said that he doesn't think that the Ball family, tries hard or anything like that, I don't really agree with that. I feel like when you get into this level, you got to go, at least at the beginning of your career, you got to go hard so you get that payday. Now, once you get older and you already got your bag, then obviously you can chill out.
He's wearing some YSL for you right there. A little YSL for you, Breeze. Put you on the style. I got you. Say what? Yeah, okay.
But, I think
7th, Killian Hayes. 16th, Devin Vassell. For sure. If we got that, if that happened tonight, I would be satisfied. My predictions, if that happens, bro, I'm going to be satisfied. I'll be very happy with that. We have that. We got Jordan Bone. Hopefully we call him up from the G League, and we can see a little bit what he can do in the NBA. You still got Luke Kennard. We got to get back Christian Wood, bro. If Christian Wood go, then that throws a hole in a lot of our plans. He gone? Wow, I didn't even know that. Who did he get traded for? Or did we just cut him? Dang, I didn't know that, bro. I like Jordan Bone. I remember in the draft, he was the fastest player, like in the not the 40 time, the 3-cone drill. He was the fastest player. Dang, bro, I like Jordan. That's another reason why to pick up Killian Hayes. We need point guards. And then apparently we're supposed to get Fred VanVleet in the offseason.
One of the best passers you're ever going to see.
Yeah,
UFA? Okay.
Who won a world championship with Golden State, said he's one of the best passers he's ever played.
Then he ain't coming back. We ain't about to bring him back.
About his character that I'm really starting to like is that, look, for most of your life, when you get by your older brothers, I mean, think about Lonzo.
I know.
The best on-ball defenders there is in the league. Like, that's a given. You can question his shot.
And I'm guessing since he was a second-round pick, that's why he is in the RFA.
Every single day.
A restricted free agent.
And that seeps into your DNA. Like, he's not going to stop. He's going to keep coming at you. And I think he's the best we have in this class at how he utilizes.
Is my mic? Hey, is my mic too loud? Let me know, because there's a button on here I could press to turn it down a little bit.
Put on by the end of the might be something that you're wondering right now, because that's one of the great moments of the draft every year. And then we wait to, is he going to keep the hat?
It's fine.
Is he
All
going to
right.
have to change the hat and get somebody else's hat for the pictures later? But the NBA has thought of everything. Malika Andrews with how it's all going to work out on draft.
5 minutes left. I'm shocked that I stayed here for this long.
Look a little bit different. So wow.
If they do that thing where it's like 10 minutes between picks, then I'm going to have to bounce out, bro, and do like separate videos. Because the whole point of this stream was to do like, so that I didn't have to do okay, the Pistons did this, the Warriors did this. You know, I wanted to have it all in this one video, but if they're gonna take like 10 minutes between picks, then I'm gonna have to do separate videos and bounce out because this would be like a 2-hour live stream. Hey, and what you think about Danny Green? Because Danny Green keep getting traded around. I'm expecting to see some memes real soon about him getting traded from team to team. Bone was the 57th pick in the second round. They never extended Bone's contract, basically. Okay. He's a good 3-and-D guy. Yeah. I think so, too.
This is one of the drafts that people have talked about, that there could be a lot of shuffling, a lot of moving, a lot of trades in action. There have been years where we've anticipated that.
Ain't it kind of funny, though, that he keep getting, like, bounced around from team to team? Uh-oh, Woj is speaking. When Woj speaks, we listen.
Reese, the Timberwolves are still on the phones, fielding calls, talking to teams about
call Detroit.
That number 1 spot. They're also talking about deals with their pick at 17. They have the 33rd pick in the draft, but this was their plan all along, was to field calls all the way to the start of the draft. They're doing that now. They're going to see what their best offers are versus making a decision on selecting a player at number 1 and keeping him.
All right, Butch.
Minnesota, what are y'all doing, bro? Who y'all talking to?
Number 1 overall pick. You were making the selection.
I'm going to go with Anthony Edwards. I think the big question that people have had about Anthony Edwards is that his love.
So Williams just said that he thinks that Edwards should go number 1.
Is it Andrew Wiggins type that has
I can see that.
But, you know, maybe he didn't have the heart at that.
Because the only reason why I thought the Timberwolves would even consider taking LaMelo is if they take LaMelo Ball, if the Timberwolves were to take him, I would say trade him immediately for something. Because him and D'Angelo Russell, I don't think it's going to fit. You know, it would fit more if they had, you know, what's his name? D'Angelo Russell at the 1, Edwards at the 2. You know, LaMelo and D'Lo are both point guards, so I don't see how that works. And and D'Lo doesn't play well off the ball. LaMelo doesn't play well off the ball. They're ball dominant guards.
My pick is LaMelo Ball, if you can't tell already.
And then he said LaMelo Ball too. If LaMelo, if they draft LaMelo, I think they got to trade him. I don't see how you. I know he's tall, but I don't think he should be playing the 2 or the 3 because he's not bulky. He's not massive like that. Like, how is his body gonna like?
That's something that
I don't know, man. I don't know.
College game days, when you have that type of reputation coming in, sometimes you're better off go to a.
How many minutes we got?
So that they don't hit you apart. If you don't win everything, draft board's going to be filled up at the end of the night.
2 minutes. Ooh, I would lose my if on camera. I would take this off and throw it right at the camera, break my camera intentionally.
What are you doing?
If the Pistons got number 1. But hey, like you said earlier, if we get Devin Vassell and Killian Hayes, I'm cool with that.
There's no place in State Farm. Oh, man, stop trying to be me. You want the real deal? Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Did y'all see that report about Al Horford? Al Horford apparently got traded to, I forget where he got traded to. Let me look at that. I can't even look at that because I got so many notifications. Interesting. Why they? Whatever. Not even gonna acknowledge that. Apparently, the UFC flyweights is tomorrow. Demetrius Jackson. I'm gonna watch that. I mean, not. Why did I just say Demetrius Johnson? What the freak? Oh, the Wonder Woman trailer just dropped. For me and all my nerds out there, Wonder Woman. 35 minutes. That's crazy. And I haven't been interrupted once. Shams has the picks and the news and me. So basically, he's plugging his stuff. Isn't Shams like 25 years old and he somehow has all the connections in the NBA? Come on. So, usually I would be patient, but the older I'm getting when it comes to the draft and in the NFL and the NBA, I'm getting so like less like I'm seeing now like why like bruh, y'all have like we know like last year we knew Zion was going number 1. There was no reason why it should have took 10 minutes for the Pelicans to pick him, you know. Should not have taken that long, bro. I mean, taking that long. Come on now, Polo. You can't be speaking English like that. Yeah, the Wonder Woman trailer dropped. Why is my junk tripping now? Tripping, I tell you. All right, so if this is taking forever, then I'm gonna dip, man. It's cool and all, but I'm a dip date. I'll take freaking forever. I wonder how everybody else like viewership is going right now. Like, I understand since my channel is small, that's why I'm not getting viewership like that. But I wonder like people with big audiences, I wonder how they viewership is going. Okay, finally my stuff is straight. Okay. At this rate, I might as well dip after one, bruh. I wanted to say that he's going to announce the picks, but he's going to be like, good evening. The 2020 draft has begun. Like,
well, we wish we could be in an arena hosting the top picks, their families and friends, and thousands of fans. We're grateful to ESPN for still finding a way to make this one of the most memorable nights on the NBA calendar. The draft marks a new beginning for our teams, and it's a new chapter for the next generation of players in search of their NBA dreams. This draft, however, is anything but ordinary. Seasons cut short, no NCAA tournament or NBA Summer League, not even pickup games in most places. And with opening night fast approaching and less time to prepare, this class of rookies will be challenged more than ever
like
before.
A month away.
But they are ready. Like so many organizations fighting
their way
ready.
Through the pandemic, get to the draft.
We're trying to adapt to a new normal. At the same time, we recognize that virtually every decision comes with enormous uncertainty. By opening our season on Christmas week, we not only hope to find a way to operate safely and responsibly, but to inspire resilience and optimism in others who are also struggling through these difficult times.
Oh.
And while tonight we welcome the best of the best from around the world, we also celebrate a game whose universal values have been passed down from generation to generation. Values like respect, equality, tolerance, and fairness. That's why basketball is a game for everyone, and one whose values we can all share. So let's get started with this terrific group of young men who are moments away from hearing their names called. The first pick in the 2020 NBA draft belongs to the Minnesota Timberwolves, who with 5 minutes to make their selection.
Such a troll, bro. Such a troll. I thought he was about to say, with the first overall pick in the 2020 NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select. Such a troll, bro. Such a troll.
How will they go about that? The franchise was established in 1989. The biggest star in Timberwolves history, easily the big ticket.
KG couldn't do squat on the Timberwolves by himself, so he had to get up out of there and go to the. Eventually, he went to Boston. Shouts out to him, man. I hated him as a Pistons fan. And plus, who likes Boston? Who likes the Celtics? Come on now.
Someone to go with Towns and Russell, or will they trade it? Reese Davis alongside Jay Williams, Jay Billis, Mike Schmitz, Avery Morjanowski will have all of.
Dang, they only won 19 games last year. Free.
We'll be talking to the players as they are selected. Bobby Marks, from a front office perspective, will give us some insight there as well. So Minnesota on the clock right now. Woj told us earlier in our draft preview show that they're taking calls right up until the moment that they have to announce their pick. You're sitting in their shoes. How would you approach this? What would you do?
Well, first, if you're going to use the pick, you take the best player. I'm not sure that at the number one.
I kind of agree at this point.
You're worried too much about fit. I think you're worried about the best player available. And this.
But then again, I don't know. Like mixing and matching LaMelo and D'Lo. I know you say just take the best available, like, but you have a star at the point guard position.
Those are close calls to make. But if you are going to wait, if they are fielding offers right now and you're not sold on the top pick, you're not sold on your guy, trading down and getting multiple
trade down to my
Pistons. Because you can get a couple of starters here that could wind up turning into all-stars if you're not sure that the guy you're taking at the top.
I could see that with this draft. A lot of players starting out as role players in the NBA and then eventually turning into stars. So I could see that.
Franchise to a championship pretty much on his own back, right?
That you're sure of.
That you're sure of as of right now. I think there's a lot of pieces in this draft. So if you're Minnesota, if you are taking a lot of calls up to the last wire, I think that's a smart move. But Jay, I would kind of slightly differ with you. I don't know if taking a LaMelo Ball with having a D'Angelo Russell who needs to be on the ball and handle the ball.
Yeah, that's what I said. Thank you, Williams. I tend to disagree with him, but listen to what this man's talking about.
But he hasn't taken a workout with Minnesota. Not sure about how he thinks the fit would be with the Karl Anthony Towns. I think Anthony Edwards is the right selection.
He's just chilling right now.
The question just becomes that youth. You know, if you can trade it and get a veteran,
VAR look weird.
Towns, D'Angelo Russell, that can help them with the 5-year trajectory of this team.
And Edwards would give them an infusion of athleticism that they really don't have. If you look at D'Angelo Russell, more of a cerebral, skill-based guy. Karl Anthony Towns is the same way, whereas I mean, we've seen Anthony Edwards. He's a freight train to the rim when he wants to be 230 pounds. He'll put you on a poster, and he can go get a bucket at will. So I do think basketball-wise,
1 minute left.
Drafting Anthony Edwards, I would still go with LaMelo Ball. It's a multi-guard league right now. Sure. Multiple ball handlers. Teams want guys who can dribble, pass, and shoot. And I'll take the 6'7" guy who can make everyone around him better. But still, I get the fit with Anthony Edwards.
Same.
Players that Timberwolves have, hoping that
I'm listening to both sides, bro. So the Timberwolves got pick 1, 17, and 33. Okay. Well, 33 in the second round.
Any of these guys that particularly worry you, and a lot of times teams are afraid to go number one because they don't want that big bust like we've seen teams have.
I wouldn't say worry, but there are concerns. I mean, with Edwards,
I don't think you worry about taking a bust at number one
his shot selection
and being nervous about it. Like if you know you got a guy, you take your guy. You're not. I don't think teams are worried about him because you're at number one being a bust or not. No, if you like your guy, if you love your guy, you trade up for number one, and if you already have number one, you take your guy. I don't think they're nervous about players becoming busts because they're scouts. They already know about these players.
Got about 30 seconds left on the clock right now. We said this a little while ago that they were going to field calls right up until the very end. Remember, Minnesota's got 3 of the top 33 picks.
It's looking like they're not trading it, bro. 20 seconds.
To play with right now.
Yeah, 117-33. Also, Malik Beasley, he's a restricted free agent too, so that can play a little bit of a factor when you think.
It's looking like they're not trading it, bro.
Just drafted Jarrett Culver.
Exactly.
So we've got just seconds to go now, winding down, and still the pick is not in, which leads you to believe that perhaps the Timberwolves are entertaining everything. And
oh, I thought he was about to say they're finalizing a trade, possibly.
Do they have the right cornerstones, Jay Will, in terms of can they build a
okay, that's time. Why are they still talking? Let's get to the trades, man. Let's get to the draft, man. Who's going number one? I'm gonna put my money on.
You need to start putting the right.
I don't necessarily. If I was in their position, I wouldn't necessarily take him, but I'll put my money on Edwards. From all the reports, everything, my money would be on
especially
Edwards.
if D'Lo continues to progress in the way he's progressing, right? When he came from Brooklyn, he was an all-star. Made the
True,
all-star team.
D'Lo has gotten better
I love
throughout
that combo.
every
You see
year
the
of his
right pieces
career.
around those two to make it work.
And that's where I think Edwards can help, just giving you that scoring punch. But like Jay said earlier, all these guys at the top have major question marks. So, I mean, James Wiseman, LaMelo Ball, all of them, Anthony Edwards, they all have major questions.
True.
So the first pick, the 2020 NBA draft is in. The Minnesota Timberwolves have made a selection, and there is the commissioner, Adam Silver, on his way to the podium.
Okay, here we go.
With the first
Here
pick
we go.
in the 2020 NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Anthony Edwards from the University
I said
of
it.
Georgia.
I called it.
So Anthony Edwards with mother
I called it.
with him there in spirit.
Yep.
He knows which hat he can take out of that.
Okay.
Now, and it is the one that belongs
Okay.
to the Minnesota
We're in business now.
Timberwolves.
That means. Okay.
Able to share the moment
That means
virtually
that.
with Commissioner Adam Silver.
All right, let me think about
Anthony
this.
Edwards comes
Okay,
from
so
Atlanta, Georgia,
he's
when he
gone.
was just 3 years
Who
old.
could
His
fall?
dad started calling him Ant-Man.
LaMelo, I don't think he's going past 3.
But he wasn't always destined to become a basketball
Denny?
player because
Could Denny fall?
for the Atlanta Vikings, he was running roughshod away
I would
from
hope so,
How
for
in
my
the world did
Pistons'
Kirby
sake.
Smart let him go play basketball? Look at that big fella get into the end zone. But he starred on the basketball court in high school. He became Georgia's biggest recruit since Dominique.
Why did I just whistle?
Highlight film in this past season for
So if we're going by 5 minutes, then 5 and 3, 5, 10. That means that at this rate, the Pistons not picking till 30 minutes from now. If we're going by 5, that would suck.
Grandmother had on him, whether it was taking him to Steak and Shake or his mom rewarding him for good games with Snickers and Skittles. Those memories are things that he will cherish forever.
Shouts out to him, man. You know, this was predictable. You know, when like 5 minutes before, yep, and I just got the notification, yep. Like 5 minutes before you know, when you really like look at it, it's either they go with LaMelo and try to trade him, or they trade the pick, or they go with Edwards and for fit purposes, since we got D'Lo at the 1 and him at the 2. That'd be fit purposes, whereas LaMelo would mess up their fit. So, okay. That one was okay. Now I'm curious, where's LaMelo going? Because Wiseman, obviously, he's going too. So, Melo on the Hornets. Michael Jordan.
With those two women that are behind you, literally and figuratively in mind, with their legacies in mind, you said that being the number 1 pick would be exceptionally cool. Here we are. How does it feel?
It's an indescribable feeling. I can't even describe it. My family is emotional.
That boy got an accent. Oh, okay. So I just learned how to mute myself on
You
here.
said that your mother and grandmother have built you to be who you are, and you wouldn't be who you are today without them. How are you honoring their legacy today?
As you can see,
He seemed like a good dude, though.
My grandmother's right here.
Nice pick, Minnesota.
And the shirt
Seemed like a good dude.
The collaboration I had, I got my grandmother's name and my mother's name on my shirt, so they're with me at all times.
Absolutely. This is a really special day for your family. We're wishing you all the best. Congratulations. I know this looks different, but
Shouts out to him, man.
Reese,
About to have a great NBA career. That's the next DeMar DeRozan for you.
Thank you very much. And
Athletic, inside scorer, dunker, mid-range.
his body balance.
but he can't shoot threes.
His ability to attack.
Can't shoot threes.
When he decides to go to the rim, nobody is going to get in his way. He's going to go through somebody.
But he's gonna have a good career, man.
The problem is he didn't go to the rim as much.
Future All-Star.
He didn't shoot as many free throws. But a 3-level scorer, meaning he's got really deep range.
I don't know if he's I don't know if he's a 3-level scorer. Because if he's a 3-level scorer, that means you believe that he's a consistent enough 3-point shooter. Like, I don't believe he's that consistent. You know, I could see games in the NBA where he'll miss, let's say, 2 threes or 3 threes, and then he'll just stop shooting. Or he misses 2 threes, and then he just keeps on missing, and then he goes at the end of the game, he's like 2 for 11, you know? I can't call him a 3-level scorer if you can't hit the 3. He's a 2-level scorer, mid-range, inside. He is similar to D-Wade and Oladipo. That's a nice comparison. I wonder how, like, from what I know about him, he's a decent defender, but I wonder how his defense is going to be on the next level.
33 points in the second half, 37 points on the game.
We've been streaming for almost an hour. That's crazy.
Step backs, his footwork is ridiculous, and he moves a little bit like James Harden, just in terms of the size.
I heard that a lot. That he's similar to Harden in some ways, like not his game, but like his style. Well, not his style necessarily, but like the way he moves his feet, the way he attacks the rim. Like, because obviously Harden does the dribble, shoot thing, and Edwards doesn't really do the dribble, shoot thing. But you know what I mean, bro. And the pick is in. Warriors.
Who are the veteran presences that you're keeping around them to make sure that this team continues to grow in the right direction? I think that's important. We have guys like Cat, D'Angelo Russell, and now Anthony.
Come on, we know it's Wiseman. Let's go, Warriors. I wonder if Woj is like. I remember last year Woj was spoiling tweets. Okay, so the report just said that Charlotte will select LaMelo at number 3. Okay, and we just got the report that the Warriors just took Wiseman. So is Edwards at 1, Wiseman at 2, LaMelo at 3. Okay.
How severe that injury is to Klay Thompson, and certainly we're all hopeful that it is not serious. But
these mock drafts were pretty spot on because I've seen a lot looking like this exact order. And Denny's going at 4, and what's his name, Killian Hayes at 5. That's yeah.
Because depending upon what I'm hearing about the severity of the injury, will probably shift slightly.
Bro, why aren't they announcing the Warriors pick?
I don't know if I'm getting Klay Thompson back soon or not. But I'm on the side of saying,
why, bro?
You're already kind of.
So I really want to turn the stream off, bro.
Right, that was something that was on the table.
Why are they taking this long? Like,
trade the pick to a Chicago Bulls.
Bro, the pick has been in for like 2 minutes.
Then you get your big,
like with the NBA and ESPN, especially ESPN, what y'all don't understand is, bruh, we could literally not watch the draft and then just get Twitter notifications from Woj and Shams. Like how I just did. I know the 3rd overall pick already, and they haven't even announced the 2nd overall pick. What are you doing, ESPN? You just laid off 300 employees because your product is going downhill because you do dumb stuff like this. And your people, the people who, your employees, they're not good. They're not that entertaining. Like, at this table, Williams is the only. I don't like Williams, but I respect his opinion. He's the only decent one up there. And as a company, like, they need me. They need a me type. But I would prefer to work at Fox Sports with Skip, because Skip is my favorite sports broadcaster.
Shoots it, fits their style perfectly. Isaac Okoro wouldn't be bad there either from Auburn.
Isaac Okoro. I know they're not gonna get him, but I would love to see him on a team like the Sixers. Like, bro, you could have announced this 2 minutes ago. What the freak? Silver, come on, bro.
With the 2nd pick in the
James
2020 NBA draft, the Golden State Warriors select James Wiseman.
I already know. All right, we already know the 3rd overall pick. It's Melo. Now, can we get on with the draft? Stephen A. just tweeted out, he said, right pick by the Timberwolves. Now the Warriors need to grab Wiseman. And they did. Shouts out to him. Skip Bayless said, in the several games I watched Anthony Edwards play on TV, he never knocked me over. But he already has an NBA body, and when he's right, he can be an explosive scorer. Doubt he'll be a franchise changer, but in a year without a Shaq or Magic, or certainly an MJ, he's a solid pick. Yeah, I believe at best most of these players are going to be all-stars, besides the sleepers, because the sleepers, we don't know what they're going to become.
Me and Penny Hardaway, we met really in my junior year. He told me just how to approach the game, how to study film every day. He taught me about the game of basketball, how to think the game, and just like how to be in the game and how to be in the moment. He would tell me a lot of stories about the game, just like how he ran the floor for his size, and really just me and him studying film.
I'm looking down at my iPad to see if we got any updates on like where players are going. I guess in the meantime, until I get some updates, we can talk about one of the videos I made recently about my guy, Patrick freaking Williams, who's possibly going to my Detroit Pistons. Let's talk a little bit about him. So Patrick, microphone, hello. So Patrick Williams, 19 years old, 6'7", 200 and it's between 215 and 228. The reports were wild. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. 83% from the free throw line, 32% from the three-point line. Stretch 4/3.
Yeah, he is a complete package as a big guy. 7'1" with a 7'6" wingspan. Incredibly mobile for his size.
That is crazy how
at the rim. He's got really good
Michael Jordan has LaMelo. Like, because we already know like how bad Jordan is with the drafting. And I don't even know if that's true. That might just be like NBA memeing about him. He may not be that bad at drafting, but they say that he's bad at drafting. And if LaMelo doesn't pan out as well, then you gotta look and say, okay, is there something wrong with? Is it because Jordan isn't good with picking like general managers and trainers, or is his facilities not up to date? Like, why can't his players develop? Like why was Michael K. Gilchrist never able to develop? He couldn't shoot, but he had an NBA frame, and if you have an NBA frame and athleticism like that, he should have at least been a bench player. But K. Gilchrist isn't even a bench player. He should be a G League player. It's wild, man. Jordan, I don't know what's up with your facilities, bro. Didn't Wiseman only play one game in Memphis, and then the rest were like, he decided, like, after that scandal happened, he decided to just train for the rest of the year. I believe that's what happened to him.
It's been great adversity. Just haven't got on my side. Just leave me having Coach P on my
I don't know why I keep saying that. Okay. We got a tweet from Shams. I'm told he said, I'm told the fear is that it's a heel injury. That'll suck for Clay. If Clay is out again for another year, that'll be rough for the Warriors. Imagine that. Skip Bayless again just said, I'm assuming my man NJ just got the gate attraction. He said so desperately need ball in the family. Talking about the reality TV show. I only watched like season 1 of that. It wasn't bad. I just never got back to it.
Okay, Malika, so the Warriors go with James Wiseman and the Charlotte Hornets with the 3rd overall pick, and the pick is now in. One would assume the top 3 going into this draft by consensus, Edwards, Wiseman, and LaMelo Ball. Is that what the Hornets will do with the 3rd overall pick?
With the 3rd pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select LaMelo Ball from Chino Hills, California.
Yep. Okay, now the real NBA. Oh, wait, no. Because we already know Denny is going at 3.
LaMelo Ball goes third overall to Charlotte.
And then we know who's going at number 5.
Hey, look, this is LaMelo's night.
Halliburton.
That's bragging rights because he went second overall in 2017. And if you know the
I mean, no, not at 5. At 5 is the Cavs. 5 is top end. 6 is Halliburton. They're going crazy right now with Melo. Shout out to LaMelo Ball, man. I want to root for him so badly. I want him to succeed because I'm a big fan. Like, I watch all his high school highlights all the time, and I'm a big fan of, I'm not necessarily a fan of his older brother, but I'm a really big fan of his, and I would like to see him succeed at the NBA level, but I don't know. I just don't know. Coming out of Lithuania. I mean, not coming out. He was at Chino Hills, then he went to Lithuania, then he came back and played with the JBA League, and then he went to Spire, and then he went back overseas, and now he's at the draft. I believe that's the timeline. So he's had an incredible – we're not even mentioning the AAU days. Like, he's had an incredible career so far. So he's already went up against, high-level talent. He's played against the best of them. So, and the Hornets, Devontae Graham was the bright spot. They got to get rid of Scary Terry or keep Scary Terry and put him on the bench. But LaMelo, he's still franchise now. And I know Jordan and Hornets fans are geeked at the moment.
Showing the size there, every bit of 6'7". Not the most consistent perimeter shooter shot.
He's 6'7", but it was crazy is that they say he can grow even more than that.
He's a shot maker. He's not afraid of the big moment. He can shoot it off the bounce. He can shoot it off the catch. He has deep range. He can create space with a step back. So I really think the Charlotte Hornets got the best player in the draft here at number 3.
And I think the best player in the draft is Deni Avdija.
And this is a small market team, so they need a guy like that.
They do need somebody like that, though. They just talked about them being a small market team. They do need somebody like that because I believe they like the Pistons, how like we are terrible when it comes to attendance. Like even when we was in the Pistons, were in the playoffs, nobody showed up to the games, unfortunately. And it's even worse with Charlotte. So he's gonna get people to come. It's gonna be fun if they have, when they get fans in the arena. His first game with fans in the arena is gonna be fun to watch.
So interesting. That's a great point. And could explain the pick altogether. Michael choosing that so he can put an end to that debate.
Let's check Twitter. Woj Bomb, and I don't even mess with Twitter, but I had to see because Woj and stuff is on here. I only downloaded it for draft purposes. Cleveland continues to field trade offers. Okay. Detroit, what are we doing? Why did we trade up at 6? Are we getting – I know my bro earlier said Devin Vassell. Is that the plan? Devin Vassell is 16 or Patrick Williams or something like that?
But I still think they still have a lot more work to do as far as, how can you create plays because they're a smaller team with 2 guards and
Again, let's check out what my man Skip just said. And the reason why I keep reading off Skip is because he's my favorite sports broadcaster, as I mentioned earlier. So he says, if I could just pour 2 or 3 ounces of Michael Jordan's killer will in LaMelo Ball, the kid will one day win an MVP and carry Charlotte to an NBA Finals. At 6'7", LaMelo is that gifted as a passer and a creative scorer. 100% truth. 100% truth. Oh, wait, Chicago. All right, Chicago. Is it Denny?
With the 4th pick, the 2020 NBA Draft,
Denny?
the Chicago Bulls select Patrick Williams from Florida State University.
They took Patrick Williams. I saw the report earlier. I said it, bro. Sleeper of the draft. I said it. Patrick freaking Williams. I said it. Sleeper of the draft. OG Anunoby. Potential Paul George. Potential Kawhi Leonard. Chicago Bulls, they're going to be shocked. Don't be shocked, bro. Sleeper. Sleeper.
Flower Shop, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yep. Now, I'm getting geeked because this means that Denny, because the Hawks not about to take Denny. Wait, who at 5? The Cavs, and the Cavs are getting Toppin. So if the Cavs get Toppin, the Hawks take Killian or Tyrese, and the Pistons get Denny. Oh, I'm gonna be so happy. I'm gonna be so happy. I'm happy that I called this. I knew about Patrick Williams. Like I seen the report. I'm like, okay, why is this dude potentially going so high? He went to and I'm curious to see what KLT4Q, because I know he don't really know college basketball like that. So I'm curious to see what he is saying or thinking about them taking Patrick Williams. It's a solid pick though, especially in a draft like this, a hit or miss draft. I love it. Patrick Williams, bro. It's funny that nobody's talking about it on social. I would have loved him to come to Detroit. I can tell you that much. I would have loved it. I'm surprised. I'm here for an hour and basically 7 minutes. I expected myself to be gone quicker than this, but I guess I'm gonna hop off on the Pistons because I would stay for the Knicks because I'm curious what they would do, and I do want to see some more trades. But we've been on here for an hour already, so. And plus, this is just something for y'all to go back and watch later. This isn't really a live thing. It is live, obviously, but this is something that I want people to come back and watch later instead of watching live. If you know what I mean. Since my audience is so small,
Patrick, you come from a basketball family. Your siblings played. Your parents played at an HBCU.
Oh, I didn't know that. So Patrick comes from a basketball family. That's cool. If y'all watch Through the Wire, I'm about to read some tweets from them. They are Bulls fans for the most part. They are located in Chicago, and I listen to their sports opinions, and I respect their sports opinions. Kenny said, well, I wonder what that means. I wonder if he's happy or mad. He probably doesn't even know who he is. Pee-wee the Plug, Pierre on Through the Wire, shout out to him. He said, I love Patrick Williams, my favorite player, if not top 3 fave in this draft, but definitely could have explored moving down. I agree. He would have been there at 7 if you wanted to trade with Detroit. Yeah, bro. Hey, bro. Hold up. Bro, I said it. I made a video and I said the sleeper of the draft is Patrick Williams. And he went number 4. I was convinced that it was going to be Denny. But I said Patrick Williams is a sleeper. Don't be shocked if he goes high. And Patrick Williams went high. Yeah, 4. I called it. I seen the report. I was like, okay, I got to do my research about this dude. Who is Patrick Williams? He's a small forward, power forward combo who's similar to – he's like a bigger OG Anunoby, bro. Cleveland, they getting they expected to get Obi Toppin. And hey, this means that again, so if the Cavs at number 5 get Obi Toppin, at 6, the Hawks take Killian Hayes or Tyrese Halliburton. At 7, that leaves the Pistons with either they have the potential to take a point guard or Denny. No matter what, I'm gonna be happy with whatever turns out. Thank you, Chicago. Thank you. Woj just tweeted. He said Cleveland. Okay, Shams just tweeted. My bad. Shams said that they just took Isaac Okoro. Okay, are we getting Toppin? I just read the report. It says, okay. All right, news just broke. Okay, so Shams said that Cleveland at number 5 are getting Isaac Okoro. And number 6, Chris Haynes said that the Hawks have selected Onyeka Okongwu. Okay. So the Hawks at 6 get Onyeka Okongwu. At 5, the Cavs get Isaac Okoro. That means at 7, the Pistons can get Killian Hayes, Tyrese Halliburton, or Denny. This went perfect for us, bro. This went perfect. And Obi Toppin. Oh, this went perfect for us, bro. This couldn't have went better. This couldn't have went better. I'm happy. I'm very happy. I like Onyeka Okongwu. You know what I'm saying? I like Isaac Okoro, but Toppin at 7, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You know, I wasn't the biggest fan of Toppin, but getting him at 7, I'm cool with that, bro. Ain't he 21 years old? Didn't he spend like an extra year in college? So he's a little bit more refined. Like from what I know about him, isn't he like the most like ready to go at this point? Take the best available. I think at that point it would be Toppin. Because Denny, as much as I love Denny, Denny is more of like what he could become. Whereas Toppin is like ready to go right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, good to go. And we didn't even have to trade nothing, bro. Shouts out to Troy Weaver, general manager for the Pistons, former OKC manager. Hold up. So we can make it official. Isaac Okoro. Okay, Pistons. Obi Toppin, bro, at 7. Obi Toppin, bro, at 7. At 6, the Hawks getting Onyeka Okongwu. And at 7, we getting Toppin, bro. And we still got a pick at 16. We can get Devin Vassell if he's still available. Nico Mannion if he's still available. We looking good, bro. I'm about to read something off from Skip Bayless. He said LeVar Ball once said he could have beaten Michael Jordan in a one-on-one. I remember that. That was funny as heck. And what's funny about it is that I believe that he actually believes that. Would you take Killian or Vassell? What pick are you talking about? Are you talking about at 7 or at 16? Because that'll change my opinion on it.
He's got a tremendous motor, and he plays so hard. Really good in transition and really good putting it on the deck. An excellent driver. And getting
at 16, I would probably take Vassell. He could play he could play multiple positions, right? Like he could play the 2 or the 3, if I remember correctly. But he's mainly a 2. And since we still have Luke Kennard at the 2, and at the 1 we got D Rose, so I don't know. That's hard. I wouldn't be mad with either. That's hard. I would probably lean towards Vassell. I see a lot of Jaylen Brown in Vassell. Yeah, I see a lot of Jaylen Brown in him. Okay, Chris Haynes just at 7, the Pistons took Killian Hayes. Okay, the Pistons took Killian Hayes, bro. Okay. Point guard of the future, baby. Let me put my microphone down. Thank you, Troy Weaver. And we got a pick at 16. Thank you, Troy Weaver. You said how? Basically, what I learned last year at the NBA draft was that a lot of NBA insiders like specifically Shams and Adrian Wojnarowski and Chris Haynes, they basically spoiled the draft. So I'm about to show on the screen. Basically, like what happens is they will tweet. If you can, well, you can't see on the screen, but basically, I'm about to read the exact tweet. It says, it was tweeted by Shams first. It says, sources, Detroit is selecting Killian Hayes with number 7 in the NBA draft. And then Chris Haynes tweeted a couple of seconds later, he said, Killian Hayes will be the 7th pick in the NBA draft per sources. So it's official, bro. If you like don't really feel like waiting really long and watching a draft like that, I will recommend. The only reason why I got Twitter is download Twitter real quick, follow Shams, follow Chris Haynes, and follow Adrian Wojnarowski, and they basically gonna have you set for the draft so that you don't have to, because right now I believe we 3 picks behind, and we already know who the Pistons are taking. So the Pistons got Killian Hayes. I might want to stay on to see what the Knicks do. I could stay on a little bit longer to see what the Knicks do, but after the Knicks take their player, then I'm gonna be out because I'm gonna still be like looking at stuff, but for the stuff that I wanted you all to see, so people could come back and look at this stream later. Everybody saw my reaction to the main things that people wanted to see. But I'm gonna still be watching. I'm gonna still come out with videos tomorrow about my opinions on the draft. Who are the Knicks? Topping to the Knicks? That would be cool. Topping to the Knicks. They can also take Tyrese.
Absolutely. And how has being first generation, like we just heard, be talked about?
And I'm also curious to see what like how Cleveland, not Cleveland, how Chicago fans. I'm curious to see like reactions on YouTube about Bulls fans. I expect them to rage because people don't know about Patrick Williams unless you're like a nerd, like a sports nerd. So most of the Bulls fans probably didn't even know who he was, and they're like, "Who the freak did we just pick up in number 4? Wait, this dude is a small forward, power forward. He was projected at number 12, and we picked him at 4. Like, what the freak?" I'm curious to see. I will be very pleased to see Bulls fans raging tonight. Very pleased. Okay, another tweet by Skip Bayless that I want to talk about. He said, 4 years ago, LeVar told me that his youngest son was by far the best. So he's basically talking about, I remember LeVar went on Undisputed, and he basically said that LaMelo would be better than Lonzo and Jello because he's the youngest. But wait, that's kind of capped because I remember as well, LeVar said that Jello would be the best because he's the middle child. And he would be a combination of Jello. I mean, he would be a combination of Melo and Lonzo. So LeVar, he capitalized. So I'm not trusting the word that he says. Good. Come on, now. Stand on for the Knicks, though. Stand on for the Knicks. What the Knicks got, man? And the Hawks, they just picked up that guy. So yeah, like if you following like media people, you like 3 picks ahead right now, which kind of undermines the whole point of ESPN having a draft. But then again, it's like freak ESPN. This is what y'all get for taking so long. Like I understand the Timberwolves taking their time with their pick, but like at number 3, it was obvious that LaMelo was going to the Hornets. So why take the full 5 minutes? It should have took 2. And constantly like for the entire draft, if instead of it being 5, if it was just 2, it wouldn't be an hour long or 2 hours long or however long this would be. It would be cut in half. So it would be like 30 minutes or an hour. And I'm guessing they are not. I'm guessing that they're not going to announce the Knicks pick until later. So I think I'm about to head up off of here, man. So for the people who's watching this, like after the stream is over, shouts out to y'all for coming back and rewatching this entire stream. To my man's 40D and to the other people, like a couple other people came through. They didn't comment or anything, but they came through and watched for a couple minutes. So shouts out to them, man. I have fun doing this. Hopefully when I get a bigger audience, this will be like I have a lot more interaction and things like that with people. Can't wait till I get a bigger audience, man. But this was fun. in the future, I will hope to get a bigger audience to be able to do this. But thank you all for watching. And I am out.